They say there's no smoke without fire, and in the deep blue sea, there's no prey without a predator lurking nearby. In this video, you'll witness the daring scuba diver named Manuel Lopez, who found himself face to face with the ocean's most feared predator, the white shark. This incident marked the first confirmed fatal shark attack of the year 2023. But what drives a predator of the deep to mistake a human for its prey? How does a routine underwater hunt for scallops turn into a struggle for survival? Get ready to uncover the horrifying shark attack on scuba diver Manuel Lopez. In the peaceful waters of Tabari Bay, Mexico, Manuel Lopez embarked on a routine dive to collect giant clam, a mollusk resembling a scallop. In his 50s, he ventured into the depths armed with a surface-supplied air source, a contraption that was meant to keep him safe. But as we're about to learn, the ocean's depths hold secrets that even the most advanced gear can't safeguard against. Reports indicate that the region clashes with a shortage of seafood, a scarcity that has forced him diving into treacherous waters out of sheer necessity. It was all about money that Lopez had to go to the place that not many people would go to. Thousands of fishermen who sustained their livelihoods from fishing suddenly couldn't go anymore because huge white sharks were swimming in the waves and scaring them. A mere stipend of $421 per year, or roughly $380, was offered to fishermen, a small effort to help increase their earnings during these difficult times. I know what you're thinking. Why would sharks attack humans when such cases are always rare? You see, in the realm of shark-human interactions, there's a grim truth we must acknowledge. Sharks rarely target people as their next meal. When these oceanic predators cross paths with humans, their intentions are often fueled by confusion, mistaking us for their preferred prey like seals. But what transpired in the Bay of California was beyond rare. It was a nightmare few could fathom. Even Newsweek's report sent sobering messages that day, which said fishermen like Lopez had been warned to step carefully during December and January. Why, you ask? Well, those months are shark central, with pregnant female sharks entering the scene. It's like a maternity ward, only a lot more toothy and terrifying. One more thing about them. Despite their fearsome reputation, they aren't exactly known for having the best eyesight. It's like trying to spot your friend in a crowd while wearing glasses with smudged lenses. This visual challenge often leads them to blur the lines between seals and humans, especially in waters that aren't crystal clear. Surprisingly, around 60% of shark attacks, according to the International Shark Attack Files, happen in these murky waters where the view is little blurry. Dive into the world of sharks by biting that subscribe button. And now prepare to witness a moment which literally counts in history as the most horrifying shark attack. It was a chilling January 5th, 2023 morning when terror struck beneath the waves as Manuel gathered the shellfish at depths ranging from 36 to 59 feet. His thought was, I'll gather the shellfish as quickly as possible and get out of the water. And it was all going in that way too, until the ocean's quietness was shattered by a monstrous force. From nowhere, a 19-foot-long great white shark, as long as a school bus emerged, its presence casting an eerie shadow over the blue waters. Manuel didn't even know that the shark saw him, and in an instant, the unthinkable happened. This apex predator tore Manuel's head and shoulder with continuous brutality. Guys, the size of this predator was nothing short of astounding. Keep in mind, this predator's size alone was enough to send shivers down the spine of any seasoned diver. But this wasn't a silent tragedy witnessed only by the deep blue sea. Two other fishermen, Manuel's companions aboard a nearby support boat, stared in disbelief as the scene unfolded. Their accounts, filled with shock and sorrow, paint a picture of sheer horror that words can scarcely capture. Greg Scuba, a distinguished marine biologist from the University of Boston and a prominent figure in the shark program at Massachusetts Marine Fisheries, has never, I repeat, never seen a shark munching on a person's head. Chris Lowe, the head of the Shark Lab at California State University, Long Beach, scratched his head too, emphasizing that shark bites on heads and shoulders belong to the realm of fiction, not reality. But the question is, why did Lopez enter the sea? What is the reason behind this? All right, brace yourselves because we're heading into the mystery zone. Why on earth did Mr. Shark attack on poor Manuel? Was it a hunger thing? A case of mistaken identity? Or maybe the shark wanted to try out a new recipe? As we've often seen in these encounters, it appears that the shark's appetite for a meal might have led to this horrifying incident. Yes, it may be a mistaken identity. Sharks, much like us humans in a hurry, can sometimes make impulsive decisions, especially when their bellies are rumbling. Our marine expert, Gavin Naylor, sheds light on this enigmatic behavior. Imagine a shark that's both excited and hungry, scanning its surroundings for something to munch on. In the heat of the moment, it might snap judge and take a bite at what it thinks could be a delicious treat. You see, predators like sharks have to make lightning-quick choices to survive, and if they pause for even a moment, their hunger might just stay unsatisfied. You might be wondering, why didn't the diver just stand out and shout, "Hey, I'm not a seal"? Well, it's not that simple, guys. Lopez might have avoided this terror if he had sported a bright and colorful wetsuit to set him apart from the seal crowd. Local authorities even advised it about the same. But hold on, our experts aren't entirely convinced with this reason. Most wetsuits out there are as dark as a moonless night. So statistical wizards like Scuba and Loa find it tricky to say if there's a real trend here. The darkness of those wetsuits blurs the data, leaving us wondering if colorful attire could truly be a shark repellent or just a colorful theory. However, the diver's fishing activity likely played a role in misleading the shark into thinking he was a prey animal. The scent of shellfish, concentrated around Lopez, hung in the water like an irresistible dinner bell. This aroma, like a siren's call, could have been the shark's invitation. Dr. Lowe explains that any time someone goes fishing, be it for fish, scallops, and lobsters, the smell and vibrations of struggling prey make sharks take notice. But wait, there's another theory too. Lopez might have unknowingly taken on the role of a sea lion doing a little underwater hunting. Dr. Skomal suggests that from the shark's perspective, the diver's position on the seafloor could have resembled that of a sea lion, a delicious treat that was too tempting to resist. Okay, the one last theory on a very crucial question that I personally want to know. Why did the shark attack on his head and shoulders? Well, it turns out there's a method to this terrifying madness, and our expert Gavin Naylor is here to unravel the mystery for us. Lopez, armed with his scuba-like gear, was navigating the ocean's floor, collecting scallop-like mollusks. His head and shoulders were the most accessible parts of his body. Naylor explains that these underwater scallopers sort of walk along the bottom, making it tough for a shark to sneak up from below. And coming at him from the side? Well, that would have exposed the shark to a potential counterattack. Smart, huh? Perhaps it deliberately aimed for the head, aiming to swiftly disable its perceived prey. You see, in the world of predator and prey, speed is often key. And this tactic isn't all that unfamiliar. It's been observed in some shark attacks on seals. As much as we'd love to decode the minds of these apex predators, it's no simple task. Detailed information is the key that unlocks these mysteries, and without it, we're left with unanswered questions. Just last February, the ocean claimed yet another life, covering the Sonora coast in sorrow. Victor Estrella, a 56-year-old surface-supplied diver, met his untimely end in a heart-wrenching encounter with a white shark. Globally, the specter of shark attacks remains rare, with fatal encounters even rarer still. Would you believe that your chances of succumbing to a shark's jaws are a mere 1 in 3.7 million? According to the International Shark Attack File, the probability of falling victim to a shark's appetite is lower than that of being struck by lightning. A fact that adds a curious twist to our narrative. In the world of reality, numbers speak a language of their own. The year 2022 witnessed over 90 recorded shark attack bites around the world, a mere handful of which claimed lives. Tracking Sharks, our source of insight, unveiled that 9 of these bites turned fatal. Mistaken identity, murky waters, and hungry predators. What's your take on why these terrifying shark attacks happen? Comment your thoughts below.